Hey everyone, this is Domina Mara, and if you've been following my community tab here on YouTube, you know that I was traveling last weekend as a final hurrah of Leo season. Yes, my birthday is on August 12th, but as I may have mentioned previously, I celebrate all season long. This past weekend, I decided to take a trip to Avila Beach, where I was able to rest and relax at Spanish Villa-inspired accommodations to go with my slightly Spanish heritage and celebrate this time with my family. They put together a lot of skulls because that is apparently my theme. My Mayan zodiac is death, so that is quite fitting. My mom bedazzled this skull that she already had from previous Halloweens to capture my essence. And she cut up an old patent leather purse to rivet together these skull name tags for everybody. How cute is that? Now you guys know where my creative DIY side comes from. After relaxing and settling in, it was time to go to dinner. And what better way to do that than to explore a pier that was super close by, taking a look at some marine life before heading in to dine on some local seafood. After that meal, we caught some sea otters crunching on some mussels and the sea lions that were just sleeping on a floating raft. And the sunset was a gorgeous pastel sky. The moon was full and it lit spectacularly against the evening backdrop. Back to the hotel. Every evening they serve pie. And depending on the bakery that makes them, we have different options to choose from. I decided to go with an apple crumble and of course topped with whipped cream. After eating pie with some matcha green tea, I bid my family good evening and retired to my room where I got to soak in some nice bath salts. Be sure to check out my short film Ritual where I prepare a tea bath with some acai salts to replenish my inner and outer goddess. Also be sure to check my website dominamara.com for photos that go along with this narrative. next day, I went downstairs to grab my breakfast basket. Took my charcuterie platter from the fridge and sat on my balcony, soaking in the morning view while I ate my breakfast. After breakfast, we headed out to Pirates Cove. Yes, this is the real legitimate name of this hiking area. The trail is pretty easy, and the trailhead that we started out was actually by these beautiful mansions. I'll show you which one is my favorite later. First stop was the Cove with graffiti in it, looking sus over here. Then we went down towards the beach a little bit where we caught some waves from above and actually nudists from across the way because this place was actually clothing optional. On the way back, I had to take a quick video of this Spanish villa / Italian trattoria type of manor, and across from it was a lizard that was just chilling on a post. It's a sign that I should live here. Next stop is the complete 180 from trimmed nature to domesticated farm animals and flowers. This market had everything from groceries to lunch and even dessert, ice cream and donuts later on. They grew everything themselves in this farm, and for the most part, the animals could roam in their pens or be pet by visitors. I didn't touch any of them because, well, we are still kind of in a pandemic. Check out these chickens and these birds that had incredible feathers, and all the other animals that said hello from the other side. After the farm, we went back to the hotel where I took some more photos for the ritual sequence, and then it was off to the beach. Yes, we were at Avila Beach, so we might as well have visited the pier and enjoy an hour or so on the actual sand. It was very fine, and the water was freezing, so I don't know how people were in there without wetsuits. But I got to test out my new bow staff that I had handmade. Go ahead and follow my Goddess Mara channel to watch the complete flow videos and watch other dances that I perform. Next, we stopped by a local wine shop where we bought a nice white for after dinner. I stopped by a brewery to taste test their sours, flowed some more, and then, believe it or not, it was already sunset and time to change for dinner. A lot of back and forth outfit changes were made during this weekend. We were off to a fancy French dinner. You can spot the French flag on the front of the building. Did I mention this place was French? We had a cute little nook that overlooked the side of the restaurant so that we had an ocean view. We got some bread with salted butter, some cheesy sun-dried tomato, savory pastries, compliments of the kitchen. I ordered escargot. We had a charcuterie board with melted bubbling cheese, a carafe of dry prosecco to go with some guava juice, forbidden rice noodles. I had the Wagyu steak, but their fish and scallop risotto were fantastic since this is a beach town. Check out the full moon in all of her glory. And although dessert was complimentary, we had our own waiting back at the hotel. I had a little bit of the white wine that we purchased from the store earlier that day. Everybody got 2 pieces of dessert, a chocolate mousse cheesecake, and birthday cake cupcake cake. My mother had purchased one of my favorite vintages from Mascot in Sonoma County. And then for some reason she decided to purchase these really difficult skull puzzles. It took over 2 hours to complete, and I had the hardest one because, well, it was transparent and it was like matching ice cubes. Isn't my family so cute? They purchased everything skull-oriented, cheese, party favor, rubber stamps, and even my dad picked out this giant patch that is super fantastic. The evening wound down with a little soak in the tub, and I was fast asleep. The next day, I woke up and felt like flowing in the hallways since it was such a nice morning. And upon checkout, they gave each of us a hand-painted tile, which is very beautiful and can be used as a coaster. Then it was on our way to San Luis Obispo, where we had reservations to another French restaurant. This one was catered towards brunch, of course, since it was Sunday mid-morning to lunchtime. We ordered a full bottle of dry champagne, grapefruit juice, orange juice, and cranberry juice. The portions were quite dainty, but it was satisfying enough. We took a tour of their still room where they plan to produce their own alcohol in the future. And since we expressed so much interest, we got to take a tour of the entire hotel, which was opened February of 2020. Rooftop was gorgeous, and there is a swimming pool which you can take a dip in while you enjoy some cocktails from the bar. After returning the access keys, we walked across the street to Scout Cafe, where they brew extraordinary lattes, espressos, anything caffeinated. They also have these really cute merchandise pieces, which reminded me of my very own keychains, which you can purchase at keepitkinky.us. After everyone got their caffeinated boost, we walked around the corner to view Bubblegum Alley. It is super disgusting, but I walked all the way through because, it's an experience. Somebody even stuck their gloves and masks to the sides of the wall. I bid my family adieu, and we were off. On the way back to Los Angeles, I was able to stop by some sand dunes and another beach. Doesn't the seaweed remind you of a bullwhip? As well as take a break at another brewery that actually has my personal favorite beer, the Parabola. It is a dark Russian Imperial Stout type of beer, and it is so good. I tried this Brazilian one called Amburana, which is a type of timber that they use to make barrels to age this beer in. This one was my favorite. It was very aromatic, floral, and almost coconutty, and there's no coconut in it whatsoever. The Gothic inspiration from the architecture reminded me of dungeons. Of course. I stopped by a Vista Point just to be able to take a photo on these railroad tracks, which are active, and glance one more time at the beach before heading back home. Overall, it was such a relaxing and gorgeous getaway that I was able to spend with my family. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it so that others can view my travel. Check out my tours on my main page. I have a dedicated playlist to where I've already gone. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when I have new content out. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and I live stream on Sundays. You must be subscribed in order to find out when. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Be safe, have fun, and keep it kinky, everyone.